right. Hello and welcome everyone to this episode of Boomer Degen. I'm your host Biz, coming at you live with co-founder Andy of Crypto Hub HQ. We are joined with Andy from Royette. He's just on the travels right now. So if you do hear a little bit of background, sorry about that in advance. But don't worry, Andy. I know I should have told you this ahead of time. There is just a slight feedback, but it's all good. Yeah, your voice is
Oh,
coming.
okay.
Yeah, your voice was coming in loud and clear. But yeah, um, it was Valentine's weekend, so I hope you guys all made the best of it. How was your weekend, Andy? And I know you're still going 3 days strong, right? Is it the Valentine's weekend
No,
extravaganza?
no, no. I mean, Valentine was over on Friday night, but no, I just had a quiet weekend because I was still getting over all this
Oh,
stupid
true.
headache shit. But and then I was meant to hit the ground running this morning trading, and then my wife decided she was taking a day off and we need to go out and buy some things. So that's been my morning. Hence why I'm actually in a Starbucks in the city that we've gone to.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully you
Selling
can hear me
Starbucks
fine.
water, by the way. That was pretty cool to see.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, Starbucks water. But what can you do?
Yeah, yeah. Well, hey, I mean, maybe it's a good thing because I mean, it's not like the markets did too much over the weekend, anyways. We do see
No.
BTC kind of hovering around this region here, but at the same time, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I did draw a little trend line earlier, and it looked like BTC did touch it just now, and it's putting in a little bounce. Whether that's sustained or not, who knows? There's just a lot of stuff happening across the globe, and just nasty things you're hearing as well with what's happening with Argentina and the Libra token. So, I mean, there's
Yeah.
things out there. But yeah, before we get into all this other stuff, let's talk about the market health.
Um, Nothing's changed, as you can see here. There's
Flatline.
nothing really worth writing home about. I mean, Bitcoin, showed so much promise. In
Yeah.
fact, if you were to take it back to say, if I was to roll it back to say, like a couple of days ago, you'd say, "Oh, we seem to be turning the corner,
Yep.
right?
Yep. I
We
remember
definitely
that.
seem to be turning the corner." And then you'd kind of flick that off, and suddenly,
Like, what
oh, wait a
happened?
minute, we're flatlining again.
Mm-hmm.
We're flatlining. But again, this POC is just holding the line, right? It's
It's like
making that.
yeah, it's like it's either support or resistance, isn't it? Like,
Yeah,
well, actually,
yeah.
no, it's still supporting so far.
It's
We
just
haven't.
support. It's just,
Yeah.
yeah. It's within a small, tight range around that point of control, and that's where it's hanging. And if you go to say the 4 hour, you can see that we're still making lower highs.
Yeah.
But we have kind of got higher lows coming in place. So maybe I said last week that we need to start breaking above these lower highs, right? And
Mm-hmm.
we just can't do it. We just can't do it. And as you said on the 15 minute, the 1 hour, you were saying there's a trend line coming down here, right?
Yeah.
And I think you were drawing it somewhere around there. Is that right?
Yeah.
Somewhere like that, right?
Yeah.
And you were saying it's coming back down to meet it. Um, and yeah, I don't know is the answer to that. And even if it did come down to meet it, there's a good chance that it could just keep uh, bouncing down it, right?
That's true. But I mean, if it gets down to those areas, I mean, we got some concerns though.
Well, I still don't see that as concerns. Let me just do that. If we come back down to this region here, that looking very likely again,
Yeah.
we're still in an uptrend. We're not. It's not as. I mean, if we went literally starting to go down here,
Mm-hmm.
then yeah, okay. Do you know what I mean? Started doing this, it's over. But we're nowhere near that yet. We're nowhere near it. And however, if we do look at our little friends here, this is dropping again. This has gone down from, was it 47,
Well, I think
49?
from where we checked off on the 14th, it was like 38, wasn't it? Or no?
Uh, it was on the 14th.
Oh no, it was a bit
and
higher, right?
it
Yeah.
was it was 49.
49. Okay.
And in fact, the fear and greed has gone back down as well. So that's dropped from 41 back down to 38. So the entire market says we're not in any kind of trend at the moment. If you look at Bitcoin on the day, we're only 0.3 up percent, and the alts are slightly less.
Yeah.
So the alts are actually dragging. They're dragging their heels. You look at this particular trend on the day, and we're starting to again lower highs all the time. You know, and we need to kind of make sure we keep above this trend on the bottom here. But at the moment, the market is just flat. It's as simple as that. Saying that, we've had some great alerts coming in. Before we do that, let's just cover this Libra news that you shared. This, would you believe it that a politician is corrupt? Wow, what a fucking shocker!
Dude.
One would never expect that of anybody's politician, right?
No.
Anyway, this guy Javier Milei is risking impeachment after it looks like he endorsed what's turned into a rug pull. You can see on this chart here that whoever were the early investors dumped it, and as normal, the retail traders, the beginners, were held holding the bag.
Hey, that could present an opportunity here if there's mass FUD. I mean, look, he's not really removed from the project, is he? Right? I mean,
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's just a quick cash grab. Is what it is.
Yeah.
It's a welcome to crypto moment, and perhaps this thing might be able to save itself. You know what I mean?
Yes,
I mean,
but
people are just upset. That's all it is.
Yeah, but who would imagine that a president of a country would be making money from crypto while in power? Now, does that remind me of anywhere else? Impossible, right? Let me think. It's just a grift. We're all just grifting. I think somebody once said, I can't remember who it was, anybody seeking power should be immediately banned from pursuing it. Because it tends to be only those that want power that are the more corrupt people, right? Or open to corruption. But then again, there is that other saying, which says, power corrupts, absolute power corrupts absolutely. So what that means is any of us put in a position of power would probably be corrupted, right? and be able to justify it somehow, So it's so we've got, we've not had the power to know what we do with it, right? Whether we'd be good or bad.
Yeah. I guess the argument was that if this thing hit the market and it gave it some time, like over the course of like a week or 2 weeks or whatever, and then it did like an 80% drop, it's more acceptable. But like in the same day, within 6 hours or something like that, something crazy. I mean, that's just it's unreal. Like.
Yeah, I mean, these are meme coins. I think it was Benjamin Cohen did a tweet where he was talking. Some that does meme coins were saying, we're transparent, and the guy said, why don't you just take the moral high ground then and stop releasing these bullshit meme coins, because it's not good for crypto overall, and it's not. And Benjamin Cohen is followed by millions, right? He's very well respected. But he's absolutely right. And the problem is, and the reason that everybody got into this coin and it dumped, and everybody got into Trump and it dumped, and Melania and it dumped, and all these others, right? They think they're going to get rich quick.
Well, some of them did.
Yeah, but only those that were on the inside. Only are those that got hold of it really early. So, but for the bulk of people, it relies on people losing, right? People buying, and then them selling. So by definition, that you're going to make people, you're going to take money from people. You know that. Right? You just know it. So, and I know that the capitalist way is, well, buyer beware, sucks to be you, all that kind of stuff, and I guess, there's an argument that that's correct. But anyway, just another world leader who thinks it's okay to just grift their way to oblivion. But we'll see what happens to this guy.
Yeah, and the token as well. It's not zero. It's not zero.
No,
I mean, it went from
no.
point zero zero zero. What is it? 006 to $5. And so
Yeah,
it's
so it
and then
is.
it went down to 86 or 87 cents, and now it just kind of flatlined. I haven't checked lately, but
No. Anyway, what are you gonna do?
yeah,
What are you gonna do?
trade it, of course.
Yeah, yeah. So saying that, we've had some. We've had some really good alerts in. I did an announcement to announce the new channel, right? And so the new one is done, and I just haven't put it live yet because I thought I was going to be working today. But this one, I gave a good example. And what this does is finds all those coins that are effectively not influenced by Bitcoin, and boy, does it work. And I did a trade setup yesterday. This was the chart of Bitcoin at the time, and then this was Rune at the time, and it allowed me to do this trade setup because it didn't only just come into the new alert that I've not launched yet. It came into other alerts within our system as well, right? And and that actually went much higher. If I go back to the live chart, sorry, not Rune, it was Troy, yeah, and it actually went much higher. It went all the way up to here. So this was the entry here, and it went all the way up to about 16.5%. So I put the image, it was 8%, but it did very, very well. And it's very, very good at finding those. But again, let me just have a look at the market here. Because I've been out again, Troy, again, it's doing it again. As you can see, it's doing it again. So it's
Yeah,
come back
like
down.
bouncing off of that. Is that an order block? Yeah.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is an order block down there. Yes, that's been mitigated. Yeah, on its way down. So yes, it's it's mitigated on its way up. But yes, it didn't quite come back down to this trend line this time, but which tends to happen sometimes, right? But you can see that very steep down, very steep up, which is a good sign, right? Steep drops, hitting a trend line, bouncing up. But it's been kind of honouring this trend line for quite some time, Troy. I've not run this today. I've made this bigger so people can see it, but let me just run it because I've not had to run it today because I've been out and about. Pixel, gas, flux, APT. I don't know if we can trade Pixel, can we?
I think so.
Oh, Pixel, yeah, we can.
Ooh.
So Pixel, again, if you look
Double
at
bottom.
you look at BTC there, 15 minute and not 1 hour. Yeah, you kind of have a double bot. You've got an order block obviously formed. It's trying to come back into that. But the idea of this is that the chart pattern is different, right? So it's not instantly affected by Bitcoin. I don't think we can do. I'm just trying to find one that I know I can trade. Although I have joined a new what's the word I'm looking for? Exchange. Let's have a look at gas. Oh yeah, gas we have as well. Yeah, so gas is a great example of a coin not following Bitcoin and having some great moves, right?
Yeah.
Like just fantastic moves. So great for trading, right? I mean, this latest one down here is up to what, 2% there. You just have some really nice moves with these coins, and they're much less influenced by Bitcoin, which is fabulous. But again, if we go back to, we've just had PolyX come into bullish fair value gap. Oh yeah, you see. So this is a bullish fair value gap with break of structure. It must have had two actually. It must have had more than one. But it's that's doing really well. So there are tons of coins to trade, Biz. Even though Bitcoin is kind of down and out a little bit right now. You know, you can't trust Bitcoin. The problem is that when Bitcoin is going down like this, if you're trading the coins that are simply following it, then as long as they're, say, falling fast and rising less, then you're good to go.
Falling fast, so it's good to go to short the market, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely right. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that's
So I mean,
absolutely.
I've been seeing a lot on the timeline. People are quite concerned with the price structure as it stands right now, because you just see the two peaks on those local high, or not even local high, but like you see how the Bitcoin price action has. It almost looks like a twin peak, and that looks kind of bearish overall. And so
Yeah,
there's concerns about that. And then to your point, I think last week people were kind of the sentiment was kind of bullish, and to have the price action do what it did over the weekend, I think it discouraged a lot of traders, and actually made some quite concerned about the current price action.
but if you're a trader, why are you concerned about
Well,
Bitcoin's price
the
action?
idea is because you know people want to see strength in economy. So
Mm.
it's not everyone's a can make money shorting the market, because there's much higher risks involved, especially in traditional finance. The risk is unlimited, meaning that if you don't close in time, you could be on the hook for because you got to borrow shares in order to cover. That's the idea behind behind selling. You have to borrow shares in order to short against it,
Yeah,
and so that's the risk, and not many people have that risk appetite to take that on. But of course,
yeah,
for
maybe.
us, because we're trading on futures, um, it's easier for us to just sort of pick up, an insight here and there, or a tip from here and there, and trade it, and trade the move.
Yeah, definitely. We just trade it. I mean, US cake, cake. Whoops, cake USDT. There's another one. Yeah, another one that didn't come into the to there. Cello. Gosh, I haven't
Oh, hey,
seen that coin
welcome.
for a while.
Yeah, exactly. Good old buddy. Oh, I like
Wow.
this. I like this.
Yeah, this has had some moves, hasn't it? Let's have a look at these moves. Whoops, hang on a minute. Yeah, you're getting 4, 5% in
But
cello.
when did? Sorry, is this a rate now? Um,
Yeah. So this is one that's not following Bitcoin, as you can
okay.
see. Very different chart patterns, right?
Yeah.
Um, so this could be an interesting coin. Uh, again, once you've got these coins, okay, so they're less influenced by Bitcoin. I mean, if Bitcoin really, really tanked, they will probably be influenced by it, right? But in terms of their last, if you go back to that announcement that I put in, um, the way that it works is it goes back over the last 60 hours of 15-minute candles and normalizes the price for both Bitcoin and the altcoins. And then it
Mm-hmm.
computes what we call a correlation coefficient. Um, uh, I might have actually done the maths did I get the maths for this? Maybe, I can't remember. Um, but I have got the maths written out as an expression, but not that most people give a shit about that. But anyway, what it does is it says, well, I get a correlation coefficient between them, and if the correlation is less than 0.2, then it's flagged as not following Bitcoin within our system. And but the alert that I was just working on there, I've decided to write a brand new database table that scans, using a higher time frame, the 4 hours. It scans the database table every 4 hours and determines whether a coin is in a longer term downtrend
Mm.
or an uptrend or
Mm-hmm.
sideways.
Yeah.
And then also I'll do the same on the short term, say 15 minutes. And then when we put an alert, I might add to it that we've got a short-term uptrend, long-term downtrend,
Mm.
and it's just had a break of structure, bullish break of structure. So
Yeah.
you've got more information like
Absolutely.
immediately in front of your eyes.
No,
So that
that'd actually be a really good one, right? Because
yeah,
the main thing is
yeah,
like you got to have your thesis and where do you think the market is going, at least on a
right,
higher time frame, because you don't want to
right.
be
So what?
stuck trading 5 minute charts, not knowing where that thesis is headed. I mean,
Right.
otherwise
So
you might as well be shooting in the dark at that point.
No, that's absolutely right. So what I tend to do is you look at a coin and you go, what is its trend in a higher time frame, right? So you could even go to say the day chart, which we have as well. But again, that's kind of a downtrend, right? And because we keep various TA in our database for every candle, the way that it works on this one, it says, let me go to the 4 hour. If the 50 in yellow is below the white, which is 200, then you're in a downtrend.
Yeah.
Now I have that for every candle, every time frame, for every altcoin in our database. I have the 20, 50, 100, 200, I have many different RSIs and shit like that, right? I calculated for every candle, so I can quickly determine. But what you don't want to be doing is scanning the database for every alert. So I'll create a new table that tells us the current short-term and long-term trend of any particular alt. And then when we give an alert, say like a bullish fair value gap, it'll actually have in here LT, long-term, DT for downtrend, or short-term up UT for uptrend. Are you with me? So yeah, it'll have stuff like that in it, which will save you having to go to say the 4 hours,
Yeah.
and figuring it out yourself. It'll just give you that information from the get-go, and
Yeah.
it'll constantly updated every close of a 4 hour candle. It'll do it again. It'll update the table. Very quick. It's very quick when it does it. It should be pretty quick. So yeah, so overall the market is still what it is.
Yeah.
Just to kind of close off on the market side of this, but still tons of trade to be had. Like tons and tons of good trades to be had. That's one of the good things about all these alerts. This USTC has just come in quite a few times, right? USTC, USDT. I just saw it coming into a few alerts. It's outperforming Bitcoin. Was it in my thing as well? USTC. Can't search it. No, it didn't come into there. Obviously, the correlation was a bit not less than 0.2. But however, it's had breakup structure alerts. I've noticed it coming in a few times. So that's been a fantastic coin to trade, right? It gets a breaker structure here, so it'll come in. It retests this fair value gap.
Yeah.
Right. So you've got a great entry. You can either get out when 37%. Shit. You can either get out or just ride it all the way up. So that would have been a great coin to trade. And it's still going by the look of it. Still going. It's following that pattern of coming back to retest fair value gaps and going up. So it's there are some great coins to trade, but overall the market not be strong right now. If what you're interested in is the upside, right? There's the continuation of altcoin season and all of that normal cycle.
Frothy market is what people love, of course. Who doesn't?
Yeah. So if you're looking for a kind of that upside of the continuation of the bull market, then we're not there yet. In terms of trading, we've got tons of stuff that we can do, right? Like tons of trades that we can take. So yeah, that's me, Biz.
Cool. Yeah. Well, I know you are out as well. So what we could cut it a bit short, and we are at 25 minutes. Yeah, the market is doing its thing. There's a lot of what ifs, but we are starting a new week. I hope you all had a good time. Spending time with your significant other, and if not, I hope the market has been kind to you, at least for this weekend. Yeah. So
you're gonna need to earn some money if you didn't remember Valentine's Day.
Oh man. So hey, look, I actually made dinner, so I don't typically do that. So I mean, there's always room to change and make room in other areas.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyhow, look, that's it. That's all we have for today. If you guys haven't done so already, make sure you give us a follow at Crypto Hub HQ. If you guys want, join the server. We are live with these alerts, and there's going to be future alerts as Andy is preparing them. And you can get access to it. Just let us know your Twitter handle, and we'll verify the follow, and you'll get access to all the tips and alerts that we see. Cool. So yeah, we'll be back again tomorrow. Safe travels, Andy, and we'll look forward to doing this again. All right. Peace out, everybody.
Happy trading, everyone. See you later.